Good morning, everybody. I have a very exciting guest that we're profiling today on our videos, and this is michael.sanneh down in Southern California. I have said this before, and I'll say it again. Probably the nicest gentleman I have ever met. Number one, because he's so humble, he is so smart, and he does not give up. So, Michael, I'm going to turn it over to you and just give us about a couple of minutes on your background and how you and I met.
Okay. Thanks, by the way, Frank. That's very nice of you to say. Um, so, I am from Minnesota. Grew up, Midwestern boy. Did all kinds of things. Played sports through high school, college. Went out to New York. Did a little bit of modeling in the entertainment industry. Came back and wanted to help people. And went to the next degree. So I got it into real estate. And as I was doing that, started with one company and didn't really get all the support that I liked, but ended up coming into finding out the opportunity that of eXp, and joined with somebody I worked well with, Elgin Walker, who we've mentioned before here, and Elgin, Frank, you are Elgin's sponsor, and we ended up meeting up. And from day one, you were open and let me know anything I can do to help you, Michael, and doing posts and sharing information. And I grabbed on from that and just kept plugging in and learning, little by little, step by step, to learn and grow. Not everything happens right away, and as I just keep plugging in and putting into the model, I think everything improves and gets better and better. And now my results are really starting to show, so I've been happy about that.
Yes, it has. So, kind of tell me the beginning stages of eXp and what you went through. Believe it or not, I want to hear about some of your frustrations and how you overcame those.
Okay. So originally, I was really happy with eXp because as I came over, I was getting a ton of support, which was something I was so happy with. I was actually able to cap within my first 3 months of joining eXp,
Okay.
which was really nice. And then I just kind of fell in, hey, I'm doing well. I think a lot of agents kind of fall into this trap. Hey, I've done well, I capped. Let me kind of ride on my coattails a little bit. It's all
Yeah.
going to keep coming, which it doesn't. So then I had to work and find some things out. But there's the technical aspects of eXp. It's not. It's easy. They make things simple, but if you're not technically adept, which I'm pretty good with the technical stuff, but I wanted to dig in a little bit, learn a little bit more, and get some more stuff. And one of my biggest issues I've had with eXp is there's so much information on how to narrow it down and really focus it and learn one thing at a time. So
Yeah.
that was one of my challenges. So once I've kind of figured out how to just take off small bites and set goals, that I was able to continue with my production, but as well as that, with my agent attraction, which has been huge because when I first started, I didn't think I necessarily belonged or could talk to certain agents, and I didn't find my niche, so to say, as who I wanted to work with to help grow. And once I started realizing, who I was, and that I could talk to you, Frank, I could talk to Brent, I could talk to Elgin, I could talk to all these people that would support me, and then little by little realizing that, hey, we're all alike, we're all the same. The only thing different is our habits and what we're doing that's giving us our certain levels of success. Then I was able to kind of, a light bulb went on a few months ago, and I was able to kind of click and step up that way.
So let me take a deeper dive because there was maybe like a couple of years, and correct me if I'm wrong, where we really didn't hear from you. You were very quiet. And all of a sudden, what was the big light bulb that went off for you to not give up and get to the success you're having right now really clicked for you?
Well, not giving up is just something I've always kind of had. Even when I was in college, you used a word once that I was so impressed with and surprised, because my college soccer coach, in practice one time, he came to me after and he says, "You know, Mike, I don't know anybody with stick-to-itiveness like you." And he said, "I don't know if it's a word. I think that's what you said the one time, but I know that a lot of times success just comes from sticking around. And if you're there and you keep at it, because of longevity." So that was one thing that I've always had is just if you do the work, the results will come. Maybe not when you want them, but the results are going to come. But the light bulb that went off is I don't have to do necessarily the same exact thing. I have to use the model and use the paths that they've set up and find that. But part of a big thing is it's not an exact duplication. You have to find out who you are and what you are and who you're comfortable talking with. And I love teaching and training. I love working with newer people and helping them get to the next level. So it kind of clicked to me that I don't have to go after the big fish to try to grow my organization. I can go after somebody who's newer to the world, to the business, to the industry, and help them get acclimated, help them learn what to do. So I always joke and say, when you come in, you want this information from an eyedropper, and somebody turns a fire hose on you, and you're just like, ah.
Yeah.
So if I can be a light to those people, and then the great thing is if I can help them really understand the business and start to grow their business, then I'm going to have a business partner for life. I'm going to be rewarded because I'm going to make somebody else's life better. So once I realized that I could do that, then it clicked and I just went full bore, and it's really I guess the results have really come. So
Yeah. So you were one of the earliest adopters of course, when we're out spreading the word about eXp, which I think is the best model that I've seen out there. They always talk about there's no office. And you kind of solved that problem by creating your own office in the virtual world. Tell us a little bit about that.
So yeah, the eXp, obviously there's no brick and mortar office except for Regis, which I'm actually at a Regis right now
Yeah.
talking to you. So, but in order to get this collaboration and everything going, we have the virtual office where you can come in and network and do everything. So I got a virtual office, and it's a little office where I have my avatar. I can come in, but I actually have 36 offices inside of that office. So with my business partners, I've allowed them to share, hey, you can have an office. I have 2 training rooms. I have 2 boardrooms. So when I want to meet with all these people that I'm working with, I say, come meet me in my office, and we can walk in and I can have a training. I can do presentations. I can do everything. I can share, hey, here's a file or here's a contract I want to go over with newer agents. Here's something we want to do and promote. I can do a share screen, so I can do a Zoom just like we're doing while I'm in the office and present to everybody. But I really made it part of what we can do, where we can really do trainings and networking and breakouts from home. So I don't have to drive 20 minutes to the office. So by the time I'm done with the meeting, it'd be the time that I'd be getting to the office in the first place.
Yeah. Now, see, I'm considerably older than you, and I have always been taught to bring clients to the office. But, in this day and age of gas, traffic, all the frustrations, now you have a venue where you can meet people in your office, and you're talking just like you and I are right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that is a powerful tool.
It's so powerful, and it's like you said. I said the day and age are gone. I use the example always when I talk to people I'm talking to about joining, and if they're unsure about an office, and I say, well, let me ask you this. If you're gonna sell my house, where are you gonna meet me? Well, your house, exactly. And if you're gonna show me property, where are you gonna meet me? Well, at the property, exactly. Like you said, Frank. Now we're in the day and age that we're not driving people around in our car for safety reasons, for other reasons, for gas and everything. The other thing I say is I have a neighbor that wanted to look at a property a block away from my house. Do I want to make him drive 15 minutes to my old office to drive 15 minutes back to meet me a block away? That's not the way we do things anymore as we're moving forward. So
yeah, I think with the pandemic that we had, eXp was in the right position because I believe that a lot of brokers are rethinking their office policies right now as we speak, because there's companies that have offices all over, but those leases are very, very expensive. And how much did those 36 offices in the virtual world cost you, Michael?
I pay $100 a month, so it's $1,200 a year.
For
That would be
36 offices.
right. And in my area, I
Yeah.
would probably be paying that per month,
Yeah,
or
that is
for one office or shared space, probably.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So tell me, Mike, what do you have some exciting things coming up in the future?
So in the future, I mean, as I'm growing my team, I have a team that we're growing. One of our team members, Stephanie Cummings, she just got certified as Homes for Heroes, so I'm so excited about that. Um, we are going to be doing a food drive for Thanksgiving, so we're going to be collecting foods, dropping off bags, and collecting foods for Thanksgiving and everything like that. Um, I did. Just all these trainings. I plan on, working towards, going to the summit next year, but really just growing the business. Really, the biggest thing is finishing the year strong. So finishing this year strong, helping out and growth. I've set up a goal. Right now, I put on, I think, 18. By the end of this week, it'll be 20 agents in the last 60 days.
Wow.
So we're there, but the goal is to shoot for 40 by the end of December, and this time next year to have added 100 agents personally. So that's really what I've got the drive going, and then supporting and growing those agents, and so that they are productive. That's the biggest thing, is getting them productive, up and running. So
Michael, real briefly, what is that Homes to Heroes? Is that veterans or first responders?
it's both. It's veterans, first responders, teachers. It is, Homes for Heroes. It's a program where they end up giving you, they'll work towards giving you closing costs and helping with loans and everything like that for your first responders and so.
Okay, I got two business partners you should reach out to. Matter of fact, I put them together today. Frankie Rositas
Okay.
in Galt, California, and John O'Sullivan. I think he's your kind of next door neighbor.
Yes, I know John.
They're heavily involved in the vets and first responders and things like that. So that would be something they're interested in. Michael, if I'm going to end with this, if anybody's looking at this and wondering about, because now is the time when a lot of agents analyze, are they going to stay with the same brokerage for next year? What would be your biggest advice as far as thinking about eXp?
My biggest advice is, join now. I mean, obviously, to me, it's the collaboration, the support that we have here to help you grow, and the access to everybody, is mind-boggling to me. I mean, I was just at EXPCon and walking down the hallway with the president and being able to sit there and talk to him, grabbing somebody, that's producing, 1,000, doing 1,000 deals in a year, and being able to just grab them and talk to them, and then them saying, after a quick talk and finding out who they are, oh, here's my call. Give me a call anytime if you have any questions. I'd love to help you out. So with that kind of support and community, it's hard not to succeed if you have the drive and the goal and the commitment.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you. Thank you, Michael. And thank you, Elgin Walker, for showing you what eXp has to offer. It's not for everybody. I totally get that. But you have made it work. And now you're making a life for you, your wife, and your kids. And I get to meet you, talk to you, and you've been one of the biggest blessings in my life. I just think the world of you, Michael, and I thank you for joining this Zoom call, because you are the best. Michael, if anybody wants to reach out to you in Southern California for referrals or any information, what's the best way to do it?
I do phone 310-927-9300, or email. It's the EXP is simple, michael.sanneh, SANNEH, at exprealty.com.
Yeah.
And
one question I got to ask you, talked about modeling and going into the industry. How long did that last?
well, Well, I did it. I was in New York for 6 years, and I was actually a working model. I was happy to say that I was able to make a living without having another job when I was a model there in New York. So it was fun. It was fun times, interesting times. So, but coming from engineering, I always joke and say, using my brain with math and numbers every day to going like this. I didn't feel it challenged my mind as much, so that's why I wanted a little bit different. So, yeah.
That's awesome, Michael. Well, you are a very handsome man, and I can see the attraction. All right, Michael, have a great day. Blessings to your family, and we'll see you here next time. Have a good one.
Thank you. All right, take care.
All right.